we are going directly in Germany, in Halle, with Roger Federer, huge favorite to win the competition, priced at even money, followed by Alexander Zverev, 7.6, Karen Khachanov, 7.6, Matteo Berrettini, 10.5, and Karen Khachanov is already in the quarterfinals. Strange that he will play the quarterfinals. Perhaps he will play Berrettini and one of them will go to the semifinals. So I think that is a good thing that both are priced very good right now, because after that you can cash out in a later stage, maybe in the semifinals. Also, David Goffin is in the quarterfinals. Some interesting matches going on tomorrow. What's your approach with this tournament?
So if you follow me guys on Twitter, at Snize, I tweeted out that I was on Roger Federer to win this tournament before it started at even money. This is basically his second home. He's won this tournament a record-breaking 9 times, and he's gunning for his 10th title here. He's won it 4 times in the last 6, I believe. So definitely a warranted favorite. He looked amazing during the clay swing, and that's only helped him going into the grass here in great form. So I don't, in this field, obviously we have a ton of big names, but I think it's going to be very tough for anyone to get close to Federer. So Federer to win is what I've gone with there. Haven't seen anything else that has convinced me of anyone else taking that title from him.
He looked good against Millman in the first round. Now he's facing Tsonga in the second round. Tsonga, a good player, a decent player on grass. Maybe not his favorite court, but he's looking good. After that, he has Gasquet or the Bautista Agut. After that, in the semifinals, he has an easy path. If you ask me, Chori, Sousa, Stakowski, or Herbert, maybe in the final to play with Karen Khachanov and to create him problems there. But let's go match by match a little bit. What are your favorite betting tips for tomorrow? And if you have one that we should go with 2 units.
So tomorrow we have 4 matches at the moment. We have a lot of larger favorites on this card here. So what I've decided to do is I've gone with Roberto Bautista Agut and Richard Gasquet. They're playing tomorrow. Bautista Agut is one of the few Spaniards who actually like playing on the faster surfaces. Most of them love playing on clay, slower surfaces. But he has really flat ground strokes, moves really well. So he's pretty good on grass. He looked good in dispatching the American Fritz in straight sets with a 6-0 bagel in the decider there. And he's going to face Richard Gasquet, who on his day is a great grass court player, but he's still recovering from a hernia surgery this January, and he isn't match fit yet. So what I've done there is I've gone with Roberto Bautista Agut to win. And I've also parlayed him with Federer. He's going to face the aforementioned Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. Unfortunately, the Frenchman is far from his best days. The former world number 5 has slowed down with injuries and age, and I don't see any way that he'll threaten Federer here. So those two in a parlay gives you 1.96.
Even money. Almost even money. Almost doubling your money, yeah. Yeah, very good double. Also about the other two, do you have a take on Coric versus Sousa or Stakowski versus Herbert?
Coric versus Sousa is going on right now. I haven't been able to watch this match, but it looks like we're going to get 3 sets. Coric probably gets through in 3 sets. So yeah, after that, he should obviously be a massive favorite. I don't think grass is great. He won the title obviously last year, but I don't think he's that good on grass. I think that was more of a one-off. He'll be good, solid, but I don't think he'll be elite on the surface. But definitely should be winning. He has a pretty easy draw here, so he should be winning most of his matches, even though it might be a struggle. And so the other matches we have...
Yeah, no, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, the other matches we have tomorrow, is going to have Steve Johnson versus Alexander Zverev. And here I've gone with the over 22.5 games at 1.85. So Steve Johnson, he has a big serve, he has a big forehand, he has flat ground strokes and a wicked slice, and those weapons are very useful on the grass courts. He pretty easily beat the home player Philipp Kohlschreiber in round 1, straight sets 6-3, 6-3, and he will cause Zverev trouble, who I believe is still far from his best. He made, only 7 double faults in his first round match here, and that's actually quite a low number for him because he's been spraying them left and right recently. It's been a plague to his game, and he is on his 11th straight week of playing tennis, the 15th of his last 16, I believe. Still playing a really, really tight schedule, and he did manage to scrape by Halle in straight sets, but it was a struggle. He almost lost the second set, so I think this is going to be a tight one.
Yeah, it's very strange to see him playing so many weeks in a row. Do you think that he will take a break before Wimbledon?
I sure hope he does. Otherwise, I'll be fearing for him. I fear that he'll burn himself out sooner rather than later. So definitely don't want to see him entering more tournaments. Like Wimbledon is only a few weeks away. He would need a break to just reset his mind and body and be prepared for going deep in the slam.
Yeah, but listen, in Stuttgart, he lost in the first round against Brown there. So let's put it this way: he took a break in Stuttgart. He just played one match. Yes, a free setter, and he lost in 3 sets with Brown. But after that, he relaxed himself for 6 days before Halle. Now he is in the second round against Johnson, and as you say, Johnson might cause him trouble. This is why the odds are so good for Alexander Zverev right now, 1.54. Normally against someone like Johnson, we cannot see him more than 1.35. So the bookies know he's tired. He's playing a lot lately. So let's increase the price a little bit because he might lose again in the second round in Halle too. So to relax more for Wimbledon. This is Halle. You wanna add something else for Halle?
No, the other match that is tomorrow is Matteo Berrettini versus Andrea Seppi. Berrettini obviously won the title in Stuttgart last week, but he's been going on good despite being tired. He had a similar run where he won Budapest and then went to the final in Munich. So I don't think fatigue will be a problem for him. He should win that match pretty easily. But the odds aren't that good, so I decided to stay off of that one. But if you want a parlay partner, odds are pretty low, like around 122, but you could definitely stick Berrettini in there.
Absolutely. Okay, that's about it with Halle. We are going at Queen's Club in London. Very, very nice tournament also there. Huge, not huge, but favorite to win the competition, to the tournament, Marin Cilic at 6. After that, Stefanos Tsitsipas at 7.5. Daniil Medvedev at 9, and Kevin Anderson with Daniil Medvedev there at 9. How to approach this tournament? What do you think? Who will win the title here? Because we also have Del Potro here. We also have who else? Nicolas Mahut, who had an excellent, if you ask me, Roland Garros for his age. And very interesting, he already won against Francis Tiafoe in the first round. Easier than I predicted, and he was the underdog also there. So how to approach this this tournament?
So again, on Twitter, this was one of the tournaments that I had a pre-tournament outright betting for, and I went ahead and picked Juan Martín del Potro to win. I think there were this draw is loaded. There are a lot of big names in here, but there are question marks surrounding almost all of the players here. For example, we had Felix Auger-Aliassime, who just went to the final in Stuttgart could be fatigued. Manarino won the title in Hertogenbosch, could also be fatigued. Alex de Minaur hasn't looked fit. Cilic, Raonic, Kevin Anderson also have injury doubts. Tsitsipas, I still believe, is in a Roland Garros hangover. So yeah, a lot of question marks surrounding all of the players. So I like Del Potro there. He has big ground strokes. He has the game to dominate on grass. Unfortunately, he got injured again today. His knee, he slipped on the grass, and they were saying he has swelling there on his knee. We don't know how serious it is yet. But if it's bad, he's gonna withdraw.
This is why the book is took out the odds for him to win the title here. So he's lost, no odds on him. So probably he's out. We will find later on today or early tomorrow in the morning if he can continue to play in this competition. If not, I think that it will be a void bet, right? Because of the injury.
No, the book is usually give you the loss on that one, even if it's an injury. You've bet on him to win the tournament, and if he doesn't win the tournament for any reason, you'll lose your money, unfortunately. That's the way it goes with these outrights. But if he can't continue, I like Marin Cilic to win. He looked really good versus Garin in his first match. He obviously has the game to dominate on grass with his huge serve and huge forehand. And he is a former champion here. He won the tournament a few years ago, so he could definitely be the man to beat should Del Potro go out here.
Okay, what about Kevin Anderson, the other favorite, and Daniil Medvedev?
I didn't like what I saw from Medvedev last week in Stuttgart. He was really pissed at the grass wasn't in great condition. But he's been out of sorts. He's been struggling a bit with injuries. He's on a big downturn. I think he's 0-5 since Barcelona. Lost a lot of matches recently. So I wouldn't want to bet on him until I see him. Obviously, he beat Verdasco easily, but I still wouldn't want to risk money on him outright until I see him right the ship physically and mentally and look good for a couple of matches there. As for Anderson, he looked much better than I thought. He's been gone for 3 months with tennis elbow. That's a troublesome injury right there. But he looked really good versus Cameron Norrie. A bit rusty at the start, but came back strong and won that. So I would definitely have a little bit of interest in Anderson. If he's continuing to progress like he does here, he'll be lethal. Obviously, Wimbledon finalist last year. So definitely look out for Kevin Anderson. That's a huge price on him.
Okay, someone is asking us why are double matches not talked or bet on as actively as singles. Tell us why.
I don't actually know. It's just, I guess people don't find them quite as hype. You won't really get super long rallies often at a time. It's a lot of serving, a lot of volleying. Point construction is different. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like doesn't tickle that many people's fancy, I guess. I'm just used to seeing the big names battle out in singles.
They are very
I don't know. I think
entertaining,
doubles tennis is nice, but can get a bit repetitive.
I love watching them. Very entertaining ones.
Yeah, I think it can get a bit repetitive though, but definitely nothing that I dislike. I don't actually know why people don't watch it more and why it isn't talked about. I'm not that into doubles tennis myself, so I have to work a bit harder on that part. But I have nothing against it.
Okay, Craig is asking us, can Lopez beat Delpo? Delpo got injured today again, so if he will play, I don't think that he will play, to be honest, because Wimbledon is just around the corner, and he might go and skip all this week and the next week and get ready for Wimbledon with his knee problem. Hopefully, he will participate in Wimbledon, and we will see him there. But I believe that he will retire, and Feliciano Lopez will advance in the quarterfinals there. Do you have a favorite bet for tomorrow from London, from Queen's Club?
Just one second. I got a question here from Craig. If Zverev is suited by grass, he definitely is. Has a pretty good record still in his young career. He obviously has huge ground strokes. I think he still needs to work on being a bit more aggressive, stepping into the court and attacking the ball with his forehand and backhand. But he has all the tools to be successful on grass for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, he just needs to control his nerves a little bit. He just needs few years more to be at the level that everyone thinks that he will be, because Alexander Zverev is one of the few people right now who are coming from behind, and everybody is waiting for them to beat Federer, to beat Nadal, to beat Djokovic, and so on. So we are waiting for a miracle to happen, and some of them can really win a major here, because not that I'm sick of these three guys to win majors, but come on, someone needs to stop this this thing, you know how it is on the WTA, because mostly I watch WTA. At WTA you never know who will win. After Serena retired, let's say, after Sharapova retired also. By the way, we'll arrive also later to Sharapova. Yeah, that I hope that some of them will get better and really show that we are not only counting on Federer, Djokovic, or Nadal. Okay, that's it with Queen's Club?
No. The bets.
Okay, the bets.
So we only have 3 matches on the schedule for Queens tomorrow. Obviously, can't say anything about the Del Potro Lopez match. If he somehow is fit, he wins that match, no problem, I think. If he's not fit, well, he'll probably retire to preserve his body for Wimbledon. So no bets on that one. And on the other 2, we have Gilles Simon versus Kevin Anderson and Marin Cilic versus Diego Schwartzman. I've gone ahead and parlayed both Cilic and Anderson to win their matches. Cilic looked in fine form, as we touched upon earlier in beating Garan. Quite a dangerous opponent who has been in great form this year, so that was impressive. Former champion here, great game on grass. I don't think he'll have too much trouble with Diego Schwartzman, who's only won 2 matches in his entire career on grass, and that's including the win he had versus Bublik, a very, very unorthodox and weird player there. So he should not be a threat. I think the serves will just bounce over him. He's quite a man of short stature, so to speak.
Yes.
So he'll have a very tough time on grass with the kick serves, with the bounces, with the power. He's just not naturally suited to this surface physically, and he hasn't spent so much effort mentally trying to improve himself on grass either. So Cilic to win that. And Anderson, like I also said earlier, looked very good in returning from tennis elbow. Gilles Simon is one of the old guard, famous French player, been around for a long time, but he is declining. And if Anderson plays like he can play, I think he wins without problem.
Okay, that's about it from Queen's Club. You heard it here. Cilic to win the tournament. He looks very good. Schwartzman is... I love watching him on clay. He's a really talented player on clay. But like you said, he's very short and the ball will bounce over him when Cilic will serve.